my name is Andrew Flushy. I'm your Virginia traffic attorney, and I'm here today to talk to you about different license offenses in Virginia. There's a wide gamut of license offenses in Virginia, and people can be confused a lot of times about what you're actually charged with and what you're looking at as far as possible punishments. The lowest level, in my opinion, license offense in Virginia is for simply not having your license in your possession. That's just a $10 traffic ticket, and that's for people who are validly licensed but forget to carry their license with them while they're driving, because the law says you're supposed to carry your license anytime you're operating a motor vehicle. So that's a pretty minor ticket, and a lot of times if you can bring your license to court or present it at the clerk's office before court even, usually that case should be dismissed. However, the license offenses go up in seriousness from there. The next kind of level of offense is for not having a valid Virginia license. This is the type of offense you would get if your license expired or if you simply never got a license. It's as if you just don't have the permission or the privilege to be driving. And remember that in Virginia, our law says that driving is in fact a privilege that can be granted and taken away. So if you're charged with no license, that's an offense that could carry jail depending upon the judge and the court that you're in and how many prior offenses you may have had. So it's beginning to become a serious offense at that level. The next level of offenses is basically for driving on a suspended license. Now, one thing you need to know is that even if you never had a license, you could still be charged with driving on a suspended license. Because all that means is that your privilege to get a license has been suspended, or your actual license if you had one. So it's kind of a next level of offense. So if you have no license in possession, you have no valid license, and now you have driving on a suspended license is a more serious offense. Because on this offense, a judge or the DMV has told you do not drive, and you went out and drove, or that is what you're accused of doing. And those offenses, you may very well be looking at jail time depending upon your record and everything. Then the final most serious offense, in my opinion, in Virginia for license-related offenses would be, at the very top of the scale, driving on a DUI revoked license. That's the most common one that we see anyway as a very serious offense, because if your license is suspended due to a DUI, typically you're given a restricted license for work or school depending on your scenario. However, if you drive outside that restricted or you don't comply with all the requirements of getting the restricted license and you drive anyway, the judges treat it very seriously. And a lot of judges will give you actual jail time for that offense. So then the summary here is that if you're charged with any license offense in Virginia, you definitely should contact me so I can help advise you about what exactly you're charged with, what the possible punishments are, and if you really even do need an attorney. If you get a ticket for no license in your possession, you may not even need an attorney. You probably can just go and present your license yourself on the court date. However, if you're charged with anything beyond that, such as no license, driving on a suspended or driving on a DUI suspended license, that's the case where you definitely should at least contact me and we can analyze together whether or not you need to have a lawyer with you at court.